Hey guys, my name's Rodney and I'm just big boned, and this is day 96 of my weight loss journey. And on my morning walk, working from home today, which is good, so hopefully I get a nice long big walk. But we had some rain last night. It's quite heavy rain, so this park is quite wet, but oh well, we'll get through it. And you guys may remember that in my video on Saturday I spoke about some things that have been happening at work, and it's caused me to lose my confidence a bit. So this week I've really been focusing on trying to rebuild that up, and I've been thinking a lot about confidence, and so I thought it'd make a really good topic for some weight loss psychology today. I know a lot of people who are on weight loss journeys, the number one reason why they're doing it is so they can gain some confidence. And yeah, so talk a little bit about what confidence is, why we don't have it, and some things we can do to get it back. All right, so confidence, what is it? Confidence is basically, it's just that feeling of certainty that you can do things. And when we don't have that, it really affects our self-worth and our self-esteem. And when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of confidence at all, and didn't feel very worthwhile. Didn't have a lot of friends. I was the weird fat kid, and yeah, it affected my confidence. And in fact, the first time I really felt like I had any confidence in anything is actually when I got up on stage. I got up on stage very first time. I got a lot of praise for it, and from then on, throughout my entire childhood, in fact from the ages of 11 to 21, I was doing acting classes. The only time I felt any confidence as a kid was when I was pretending to be other people, and I really worked on that, throughout my life, and I've had confidence, I've lost it, I've got it back, and so there's just certain things that I understand now about confidence, how to get it, where to get it from. Dogs in this stick, man, I'll tell you what. All right, so how where does this lack of confidence comes from? I know a lot of people, they say they're not feeling confident because of their weight, and so immediately we associate weight with lack of confidence, and that goes a long way to replenishing our self-esteem and our value and stuff like that. I want to argue that lack of confidence does not come from our weight. The lack of confidence comes from the stigma that we have in society about weight issues and people with weight issues. It comes from that collective belief about what people who have weight are. Simply because I have been big my whole life. I have always had a weight issue. Yet there's been times where I've been lacking confidence, and there's been times where I've had confidence and my weight hasn't changed. So I don't think it's the weight. I think it's the stigma and the beliefs and the attitudes of the world about weight and weight issues. That's actually where it comes from. Especially too, if you look, in all parts of the world, there's, some ancient tribes and that they value people with weight, and back in the past, I can see why. In the past, well, what weight is, what fat is just energy stored for those lean times when there's not a lot of food. That's what it was. That's why it was important back in the day, because then when we had those lean times, then we could survive. So in the past and in these certain tribes, they probably still find these lean times, people with weight are the ones that are most likely going to survive. So that's why they're the valued and attractive ones. But in today's society, in the Western world, we don't have that. We got food everywhere. We don't need the excess weight. And so that's why I believe it's not the weight that causes our lack in confidence, but it's the attitudes. What are your thoughts on that? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to read them and hear what you think about that. So if it's not the weight, how do we get confidence? Because you know what? Sure, you're trying to lose weight to get confidence, and that's fine. But you actually need some level of confidence before you can lose the weight. Because if you're going on an exercise program or something, you don't know exactly what the results are going to be. You need the confidence that A, it's going to work, and B, you can do it. And this is why I think a lot of people fall off the wagon. They sort of either don't have that confidence to start with, and so they half-heartedly do it, or they have the confidence, but then they don't see the results they're expecting, and then that diminishes their confidence, and so they fall off the wagon. Right, so you need confidence in order to lose the weight. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle. In order to lose the weight to gain confidence, you need confidence to lose the weight. And so how do you get that confidence to begin with? Well, the quickest and easiest way, and when I say easiest, not necessarily easy, but quickest and easiest way to gain confidence is to do something you didn't think you could do, or to achieve something you didn't think you could achieve. Now, this doesn't have to be big, because the bigger it is, one, the more overwhelming it is, and that's going to be daunting, and two, the longer it's going to take. You need something that you didn't think you could achieve that is relatively quick to do, and that's going to give you a confidence boost, and that's going to keep you going. When I've made it X amount of days of my weight loss journey, I thought, wow, I didn't think I could make it this many days. In fact, even my first week, I did my journey, my plan, and I ended up with 7 perfect days. And I didn't think I'd do that. I thought I'm probably going to have a fall, some here and there, but I stuck to 7 perfect days, and that spurred my confidence. I thought, yeah, I can do this. If I can do 7 perfect days, I can do 14 perfect days, and so on and so forth. So find something you can achieve relatively quickly that you didn't think you could. That's going to give you confidence, especially if it's around weight loss. Maybe it's just get out and go for a walk every day if you find that difficult. And it's going to be different for everyone, because it depends on what you struggle to achieve, or what you don't think you could achieve. It's going to be different. But what about before we get to that? Don't we need some level of confidence before we can do that? I want to introduce another part of it called faith. All right, so an example, before I started on this, I'd never used the Manshake before, ever. I went all in on a month's supply, hadn't even tried it. I didn't know if it would work. I didn't know if I'd like it. I didn't know any of this. So how was I able to get a month's worth of supply before I knew all this? And that was faith. What gave me that faith? Well, I did a lot of research, and I watched a lot of guys who had used the Manshake talk about the flavors, compare them to other things, and I could see the results. All right, when I talk about faith, that is the belief in things unproven. And so I could see that it was working in others, and I could see that people were enjoying them. I thought, you know what, I can probably get these results. I'll probably enjoy it too, based on what people are saying. And so dogs. And so that gave me the faith to start, and I haven't looked back. All right, so what you can also do is you can do some research, find other people who are doing the things that you're trying to do or thinking about doing, and see how it works for them. All right, so basically that's it. You know, you don't have to, it doesn't take a lot to be able to start getting some confidence. A few little things, build on that. So you achieve a few little things, you'll feel a bit confident. It's going to spur you on. You're going to achieve more things, you're going to feel confident. Now, this is why last Saturday when I was at my lowest, it was important that I stuck to my plan. Because if I could do that, that started to help me gain the confidence again. So yes, I'm doing this right, there's something good going on. So that gave me a little bit of confidence. And then when I got into work on Monday, I started working on, the plan to get myself out of the hole. That's starting to work. I'm starting to feel a lot more confident, which is great. And that's how it works, and it cascades. Confidence is not tangible. It's not something that you need to go and get and find and hold. And it's like bathing. It doesn't last. So you need, probably need to do it again. You'll probably be confident for a while, and then something will happen. It'll take you confidence. You need to get back on that journey to getting more confidence. I'm going to finish this off with a personal story. Something that really was a big major turning point for me in terms of confidence. So as you know, growing up I didn't have a lot of confidence. That meant I wasn't really good with girls. I couldn't walk up to them and talk to them. Wasn't the type of guy that could walk up to a stranger on the road or somewhere and say, "Hey, what's your number? I'll give you a call." I'd had girlfriends and stuff like that, but met them mainly online, stuff like that. And I wanted to change that. So I actually started working with a coach to change all that. And she taught me some strategies and some techniques, which was good. That gave me not a lot, a little bit of confidence. It's like I knew what to do, but I hadn't put it into practice and still didn't know if it was going to work. And one day I was on the bus, and this girl walked past me on the bus, and she looked at me, she smiled. I thought, oh, strange girl smiling at me, she into me. Anyway, she sat behind me, and she had her earphones in. I didn't really turn around and talk to her like I wanted to, because it would have been awkward and stuff like that. Didn't know how to get her earphones out. But it turns out we were getting off at the same stop. So I got off at the main road. There were, it's a big T intersection. So we had to cross the road. So across the road, she kept turning around, seeing I was still there. She could see me. And then follow her across the road again. And we just both happened to walk into a Porto's. She kept turning around, seeing me. And finally, in line of a Porto, she turned around and saw me again. And that's when I said, "Excuse me, but are you following me?" And she goes, "No, I think it's the other way around." And so then, I'll never forget it. So ridiculous. I said, "No, you see, that's creepy. See, what you're doing is you're reading my mind, and you know where I'm going before I get there. So you get there before I do. So you can follow me without it seeming creepy." Anyway, she didn't say anything about that. She sat down. I ordered. Went over and said, "Can I sit here?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "So what's your name?" She told me. She goes, "How old are you?" I told her, because, baby face, I look younger than what I am. She's about 7 years older, so that's fine. And then she goes, "So do you want my number?" Well, holy crap. I didn't even have to ask. Just applying the little strategies that I've been taught from this coach, it friggin' worked. And so the next day, I called her. I found out what she did. She's a professional psychic. So I'm like, I knew you were reading my mind. And that night I thought, wow, that story I've been telling myself, and all these beliefs are just stories. They can be re-edited, rewritten. That story I've been telling myself, I'm no good with women. Can't tell that anymore. I dated her for about 18 months. And since then, since that night, I haven't been single for a total of more than 6 weeks. So that just really changed my story and my confidence around women. And so it can be done. All right, it's gone on too long, so I'm gonna leave it there. If you're still watching, thank you so much for hanging on and watching this far. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, follow me on my journey. The support I get from you guys by following and leaving me comments and likes is amazing. So please keep it up. I need all the help and support I can get because that helps me feel confident. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but rest assured, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another video. So please check it out. Until then, I'm not fat. I'm just big boned.